What is your relationship with love? Are you loving with the people in the river of your life? Are you loving? Are you kind? Do you offer hugs and hold on for a moment so that oxytocin can be released for you both? Are you loving with the world? Most importantly, are you loving with the self? My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is unconditional love. It is my belief that reality, or the truth, is love is. And this is a realm of consciousness. In this realm, consciousness is the light of consciousness, or the light of awareness is crystallizing into what we call matter. Matter is actually emptiness, which is further indicative of it being consciousness. And there are all kinds of things we can get into regarding Heather's belief that it is holographic in nature and doesn't actually matter since it's made of emptiness. And you can watch my video on holographic universe, so I don't digress into that right now. But love is something Heather Feather thinks about every day. I pray often to serve the will of divinity. I believe the will of divinity is for us to wake up in the worlds we are dreaming, the illusory world of separation, the illusory world of false evidence appearing real, the illusory world of an earth school, and to be at home at one-ment, atonement, in the unification with the divine, which is where we are at all time. That's a simple way to describe my beliefs. But I think about love all the time, because I think it is the truth. And so I love the truth. I want to serve the will of the divine. I believe the will of the creator that is creative in its principle, and therefore consciousness. We as consciousness had a question: what if time could intrude upon eternality and birth forth matter, the crystallization of the consciousness of the quantum light of our awareness into the particles, subatomic particles being two states, probability waves as well as particles, depending on what consciousness is doing with it, but forming the world that we see as we dream into being the things on which we can conceive with a consciousness. And I have had a tremendous, overwhelming amount of fear in this life. And my worst failing, luckily, is an illusion. All failings are. Luckily, good for us. Because I don't think this is reality at all. I think this is a hologram, which is reflecting the construct of the individuation of consciousness, which then is conducive to a space-time delusion under which consciousness witnesses its freedom to pretend separate. And it is not. You can't unbe the creator. You know what I mean? If you are manna, if you are bread, you can say, I'm not bread. I'm not even connected to bread. I don't even know what bread is. But it doesn't change the fact that you would be made out of bread if you're bread, if you are manna. So like, if you are atoms, you can go, atoms don't exist. You know what I mean? Quantum world isn't reality or whatever. You can tell any story you want to tell, but you can't unbe what you are. And one thing that we know to be true, and as my mother often said, a lie will always die and the truth will always be known. Love has been present for all time. Love is the most profound thing a being can experience. It is the most relief-giving, the most delicious thing available. And when it comes to things like romantic love, for 5 decades, I've spent a lot of time just thinking that love is this love poem or service act or this thing that I give to others. There are ways historically where I have been needy when it comes to love. There are ways where I have been avoidant when it comes to love and haven't been in a secure attachment style historically. There are ways in which my love has been too much service, too much giving, and unwillingness to receive, which is imbalanced and unkind. If you really love someone, you would let them love you. And I had this dawning realization at 50 that I have never experienced a romantic relationship that reflects what I seek. Because what I seek is true love, divine cosmic true love, where unconditional love is present. And so we're not in a space of judgment, attack, correction. I'm not here to correct someone's character. I'm not interested in doing it. I watch a lot of people do it in relationships. I'm not interested in ever controlling another person. And also, I'm deeply disinterested in being controlled. I'm a sovereign, autonomous, talented, gifted, competent, amazing, tremendous gift of a being. And I don't need assistance in creating this character. I'm doing a phenomenal job at it. But that doesn't mean that I don't fail myself, that I don't have ways that I want to evolve, ways I could have been more loving, more compassionate, more kind. And one of the things that I reflect on the most at this point in my life is that for 5 decades, the being that I could have been much more kind with is me. I haven't been super unconditionally loving with myself. I've been very judgmental, very vitriolic, it's kind of like a thumb on the head at all times, like, get it done, woman. And like, I don't want to hear your, titty baby excuses, is the way Heather would talk to herself. Like, let's go. Like, aggressive pressure for me to perform at exceptional rates, which actually can affect the quality of the grace of your offering. If you're not regulated, if you're not taking care of your needs, are you breathing enough air because you love yourself and you care? Are you drinking enough water? Are you giving yourself nutrients, which is what your body actually needs? Are you taking time to be still and rest and play as much as you work and do things this day? Are you calling yourself lazy or weak or stupid? Are you, I think that the entire world could do with a lot more unconditional love application to the self. And so Heather's, for many, many reasons, but I've taken a period of kind of withdrawing from other beings in my life and taking all of my tremendous love, all of my zhuzh de la zhuzh. I have a tremendous, bountiful, delicious love that I offer. And I decided to just pour it into my own cup nonstop and drink that up, drink it up, drink it up, drink it up. And I've been praising myself and loving myself. A lot of people think that it's arrogant or it is bombastic for you to know and be able to speak to your gifts or to say loving things to yourself. What is arrogant or bombastic is to believe on any level that you're above another being, because you're not. We are all shoulder to shoulder. You're welcome to have that thought, but you can chew on illusions and you can chew on all kinds of things that aren't very delicious. I wouldn't recommend it. You do you, boo-boo. What I would recommend always is applying more and more love to the self. How are you taking care of your physical temple in this life? Are you honoring it? Or are you like trying to self-destruct? Death doesn't need your help. It's coming like a freight train and will definitely take you to the grave. It's coming. It doesn't need assistance. It didn't ask for an assistant. So are you trying to self-destruct? Are you dismantling and disassembling things that could actually bloom into something beautiful in your life? Why are you doing that? Why are you busy being so unworthy? Did you think the bird or like a baby duck or like, did you think like a hummingbird is like an unworthy jerk? Like, if you can look upon life and see its beauty and its worthiness of love, why wouldn't you have the same right to love? You know what I mean? Like, why are you so unlovable? And then what are you doing with your mind? You are in a web of consciousness, and we are often just filling it with all kinds of nonsense. Heather listens to pretty much only love songs now, or super lifted up songs. As soon as a song says anything that I don't want to be a thought form, I delete it from my music. And I got lots of dope music, but I don't have lots of time for non-dope messages to go into my mind. And I don't want to be receiving data or information. That's why I haven't watched the news for decades, which causes depression. I don't want to be receiving data that leads to an emotional state that doesn't match what I choose to feel in this life. I also want to be mindful to how compassionate, how kind, how generous I'm being with others. And that's something that I have brought to bear in many different iterations of incarnation in this life and will continue to do down here. Right now, it's about bathing myself in that unconditional love, because I am the holder of a temple of the light of love and life. I am a glorious, bountiful grace and blessing. And so why wouldn't I shine this glorious, warm love that I have to share on me? Are you loving yourself this day? You can always go to rarebirdmedicine.com, click on the classes link to advance on all of these topics we've discussed. Amun.